All right, this is Brandon Willis from Brandon's Gym, Carlson Gracie Columbus Jiu-Jitsu in Columbus, Ohio. And there's stuff on your YouTube feed if you're into jiu-jitsu or whatever, and you see these things going on, and the wrestling thing, takedowns in your jiu-jitsu is becoming popular. It has slowly been becoming more and more popular over the last handful of years. That's kind of cool because we've been doing that for a long time, and it's nice for people to outside of our club to realize that holds a lot of value for people, But some of what you see isn't very good. Like, we're lucky here, we're in the middle of Ohio. There's a lot of good wrestling training to be had. In fact, you're kind of being negligent to not be using it if you're here, So for me, what I see a lot of is I see the folks doing like the head inside single or a sweep single, and they're doing it with one hand, and they're not in the bone position. They don't have head up, hips in, back straight when they're doing it. So they've got the right idea. They know they want to use that kind of technique, but it needs to get better. So I'm going to share some of what I see that can help you. This is Price. He's going to do a head inside on me. All right, let's say we were having some kind of match. He's got his head on that side. He circles me. He circles my leg to him, and he's doing a head inside. All right. I'm watching these guys. They're grabbing with like one hand, and they don't have the bone position. Right? They don't have head up, hips in, back straight. See, he's got two hands. He's got one high, one low. He's got his head up, hips in, and his back straight. So see, he's in good position right here. What I'm going to show you is how you want to defend. If I'm in position, he takes this shot on me, I want to be, I don't want to be standing straight up. I have to squat and start getting ready to defend. And it's real easy to start working on this. A big problem I see is the jiu-jitsu people, they're trying to grab his head and, guillotine him or whatever else. I talked about that in another video. If I shoot this shot and someone does that, I really kind of prefer it, because that means they're not pressuring my head to stop my takedown like they should be. So what I'm telling you is, if he does this, he's got his head in tight, we're going to squat and get our hands in position to start defending. It's real simple, and what I want you to do is just take his head, use the crown of his head and his neck, and crush it down. So we're going to take his head, you keep it up a little bit for me. So I got to crush it down. I crush it down and get it to where I can control it here on the back of his head. Get it and crush it, and then I'm going to circle and square up with it. Right? That's a lot of pressure for him. I outweigh him by a few pounds. But I'm going to crush his head down, square up, and cover it with my hips. I'm covering it with my hips. Then when I do that, I can, put my hands in his hips. Right? I cover with my hips. I've got my hands in his hips, and I'm dropping my hips. There's some people go with their laces on the mat like this. I kind of like digging my toes in. That's how I show them to do it. So I dig my toes in and crush. So one last time, if this dude does his head inside, I'm going to go. I'm going to get in position and get ready. My hands are going to go to his head, crush it, and circle, bury it under my hips, and then get on my toes and crush in. If I need a little extra, I can put my hands in his hips. If he's got a good grip and it hangs on, I can slide down a little bit until I break his lock. There's a little more to it than that, but for everybody out there in YouTube BJJ land, it's going to be a really good start for you. If you want one other thing you can do, he shoots and he comes in here, I can hip in at the time of his shot. So if he comes and he circles and he does his shot and I see it coming, I can go boom and hip in. Then it makes it easier for me to crush and sprawl. That's what I got for you. I think that's going to help you immensely. It's a lot better than just trying to guillotine the person. in my opinion. If you got any questions, comment them, like the video, subscribe to the page. We'll see you later. Thanks.